What's up, my friends? Oh my gosh, I am so excited to be here with you this morning or afternoon, wherever you are, wherever you are hearing this broadcast, right? And if you're listening to this on replay, then that's where you are. My friends, I have some great news and some great information to share with you today because it comes from an inspired place. Listen, as we get into this thing, I want to remind you of a few things. Number one is that I want you to comment below, right? If you are in this broadcast live, comment below, or during replay. That's quite all right. I want to know, right? Because some people are not ready to get up this early in the morning on the West Coast for Sunday service, but certainly in the replay, make sure that you comment, right? How the things I'm sharing with you, how is it impacting you? How is it changing your thinking? How is, what thoughts are inspired based on what we talk about? And the other thing is to follow me. All my socials are now the Happiness Evangelist. And that's a new tag. And I'll talk a little bit about how they came about. But the new tag is the Happiness Evangelist. And I can't wait to have you part of my feed, part of my network, part of sharing your wins. And so today I want to talk about the wins that you can have, right? And how you can have these wins. Just to give you a sense of a little bit of, again, who I am, if you don't know yet, my name is Brooklyn Dicent, and I am the Happiness Evangelist. And the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to share with you real quick too, why I'm doing what I'm doing is to share with the world some pretty cool things. So the intention of this program, of this show, Brooklyn Sunday Service, the intention of it is to inspire and to motivate hustlers, right? Entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people who are trying to figure out how to help the world, how to change the world, right? Life coaches, speakers, entertainers, whatever it is you do as a solopreneur, you're a hustler, you're trying out there to take your dream to the next level. And oftentimes I think about the fact that, as an entrepreneur, as a solopreneur, who feeds me? And so I go to people like Tony Robbins and, Dennis Whaley and all these other people to try to get inspiration. Marissa Peer, all kinds of different tools and techniques to get inspiration, but that's how I get it. But then every now and again, I feel kind of flat. And I'm like, I just wish I had something else. And so I decided to create this Sunday service for you, for the hustlers out there, the people who are trying to live their dream, but not only live their dream, because their dream is to help other people, right? Because you are fully woke. And so the key here is the messages I share with you is specifically to help you improve your business. Now, if along the way you stumble upon this live or this broadcast and you essentially are someone who you don't have a business, you want to, but you don't, then let it inspire you. Let it move you and inspire you. Also, as you're making comments, comment down below, right? Later on, I can see these posts, right? All right. So I can see these posts and essentially comment later. Earlier last week, or it was last week, I can't remember, I think it was last week or a few days ago, I posted on my socials, hey, if you need a hype, you need to get hyped, message me below. And the cool thing is people were messaging me. And I send every single one of those people a customized motivation to them. But let me tell you, it didn't just come out of nowhere. Whoever actually commented and said, yes, me, send me some hype inspiration right now, I quickly meditated on their life and their path and what they're doing, who they are. And I send them a message. So literally every message was customized. So if that was you want to do it again, hit me up again, or in this live broadcast, okay? When you listen to this on the replay and you want inspiration, say me, but then also tag me so that I know that you want some inspiration. And if you want, message me and tell me a little bit about what's going on for you. And I will send you an inspired message specifically for you. And also, mind you, I'm going through intuition. I'm just letting intuition flow through me so that I can know what I need to tell you or information that you need to know. I can share that with you. All right. So here's a thing that I found to be really significant, you guys. Let me tell you why I'm so hyper focused on helping conscious entrepreneurs, entertainers, solo artists, anybody who decides they have a dream and they want to put it forth in the world and bring inspiration, motivation. Growing up with, like a lot of people, growing up, it was difficult, right? It was difficult trying to make ends meet for my parents. My parents really struggled a lot. But the interesting thing is that we never went hungry per se. There was one time a while that we ate like potatoes for a long time. I'm not sure what was going on, potatoes and eggs. I think that was the best thing, but interesting, even though I was a kid and that was the solution to perhaps not having a lot of money to feed all these 4 kids, these hungry kids. Every now and again, when I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna, I'm running low on the reservations, right? I'm running low on resources. I'm like, I'm just gonna eat potatoes and eggs, and it stayed with me, right? Like, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna eat potatoes and eggs. I'm gonna constantly make sure that I got things handled so it doesn't happen. But let me tell you, that imprinted in me. That moment imprinted in me the fact that there had to be a better way. And even as a 9, 10, 11-year-old, 12-year-old, I was like, man, there's just got to be a better way. A better way to earn income. And when I say a better way, I mean like consistently, like not having to struggle so much financially. Like, why are people struggling financially? And especially during now, this time, during COVID, people are struggling. I know there's a lot of people struggling, but man, I'm telling you, there's a better way. I'm telling you, there's a better way. And right now, here's the thing that the pandemic has produced more than any time ever in the history of everdom is people deciding, look, it's time to do my own thing. It's time to figure it out. They've been displaced. It's time to figure it out. And even as a child, I was like, look, there's got to be a better way. And one day I was in a sermon because we were born again Christian. My parents still practice. I decided to move on to other ideologies. But one day I was sitting in a sermon with a minister, and I don't remember the whole message. I remember the key thing he said, and he was talking about your talent. He was talking about talent, and there's a story in the Bible about I think it was 10 virgins, and some had and part of the preparation for this event was they had to have lamp in their they have to have light in their lamps. They have to have gas in their lamp to light the way or light the night or something. And half of these women supposedly didn't have gas, and so they weren't ready to. They basically weren't ready for their task because they didn't have gas in their lamp, right? And so what he said is that you got to get ready to be ready. Basically, you got to get ready to be ready. Have gas in your lamp. What gasses you up? What gets you going? What fires you up? And it comes down to talent. Your skill, your ability is the fire that lights you up. And oftentimes, because we've worked for other people for so long, right, in the corporate environment, that we forget our value, we forget our talent, we forget what we're here to do. Because we're so focused on having to, make that paycheck that we get stunted. And I decided a long time ago that was not going to be me. That no matter where I worked and what I did, I was not going to be stunted. My growth, my ability, my skill was not going to be stunted in any way, shape, or form. And I have a passion for entrepreneurship. I have a passion for the solo hustle, right? And so as a child, I decided I was going to start learning how to improve my life, how to improve the circumstances of my life. Because here's where the rubber meets the road, is that every and any circumstance that you're in, we actually created. When I learned this, it completely blew my mind. And I learned this at a very early age. I'm talking about early teens. That literally any circumstance that we're in, we actually created ourselves. And I was like, whoa. What do you mean we created ourselves? Yeah, we created ourselves because of our thinking, our thoughts. Our thoughts are literally the foundation of action. Our thoughts are the foundation of action. And so when our thoughts are positive or negative, it doesn't matter. Your results, your life results will be the results of your thinking. Again, I learned this at an early age. And I started to realize, wait a minute, I knew that my parents' circumstance, the circumstance our family was in, was fixable if we committed to doing something different, to change our lives. As a kid. I keep saying this as a kid because this plays out for the rest of my life. And here's the thing. I started saying, okay, you know what? I'm gonna figure out how to create my own little hustle. And at about 13, 14 years old, in summertime, again, trying to ask for money for this, ask for money for that. I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of asking my parents for money. I made a decision to stop asking my parents for money. I started thinking about, hey, what do I do? What should I do here? And I remember I couldn't buy business magazines, and I loved Entrepreneur, Fast Company, just a small business, right? Home-based businesses. I was just like, when kids used to be mailing off, remember way back in the day, I don't know, cartoons or whatever, kids used to mail off for comic books. I was reading business magazines, small business magazine, how to start a small business, how to start a home-based business. So I'm like, we got to figure out how to do this. And I didn't want to just get a paper route. I wanted to do something bigger. And so I started reading these magazines. And I started getting inspired, but I didn't have money to actually buy them. So I would go to the store, to Barnes & Noble, and sit there and actually just leaf through them. And I'd take notes. It was like my library. Like Barnes & Noble became my little library. And I would take notes on what I was learning, what I was seeing. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. I was thinking about what business should we have and so on. And I'm like, oh, you know what? How about a cleaning business? How about I start a little cleaning business? And at the time, by the way, there wasn't, a lot of internet stuff. So I couldn't just find, how do I do this? And so I just started researching. And so the moment came where I took action, but not just action, I took inspired action. And taking inspired action means, look, when you have a feeling, something fires you up to do something for the good, take off, do it. Don't fear, right? So then here's what I did. I found the yellow pages and pulled up the yellow pages. And then I went to this, for those of you who don't know the yellow pages, that phone book, right? And I took this phone book and I looked at the white pages. The white pages basically has all the people who live in our area. It's crazy because unless you have landline now, you don't get a phone book. But anyway, all the people who live in our area. I decided I was going to look at, the first 10 pages to look at who are all the people who live right in, within a radius of my little town. And so I started calling. I started dialing. I didn't even know what telemarketing was. I just started calling people. And so I looked down and I just went, if they were nearby, and I looked at their address. If they were nearby, I'm like, okay, I can go to this house and go to that house and go to this house nearby. And I said, I'm going to start a cleaning business. I'm going to start a cleaning company. And I didn't even have a name for it. I think I call it Happy Shine or Happy Shine Cleaning. And I called people. But here's where I learned to call people. You know how you get these phone calls at home, telemarketers? I was like, okay, whenever I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, when anybody calls to sell you something, give it to me. Give it to me. Because I wanted to hear what they said. I want to hear their sales script. I want to hear what they said. So then I would be like, okay, so I'd be like, yeah, is the lady of the house home? Yes. Are you sure? Yeah, it's me. I'm just younger I just sound younger than I am. Whatever. So, and I would listen to their script. So then I picked up the phone and started dialing and started calling these homes. I said, listen, I can offer you to shampoo your carpet, for $10 a room. Okay. Let me tell you what happened. So I was at a grocery store. Have you ever noticed a grocery store has this, they call it the fourth wall. Later I got into the grocery business. I had no idea that I was going to get into the grocery business. I got into the grocery business and learn all these things about grocery business. It's really interesting. So they have this thing called the fourth wall, which is also, by the way, the thing that we call in art and as a performer, as an entertainer, the stage, right? The stage between the space between the stage and the audience is called the fourth wall. Anyway, they have this fourth wall where they have more things they sell to try to get people to buy more things. And as I was walking by one day, as I was thinking, what do I do? How do I make money? What do I do? How can I help my parents? What do I do? There was this, they were advertising carpet cleaning machines for $12 a day. You can take these machines, you can rent them for $12 a day. Immediately, I thought, that's it. If I rent one of these machines and I call enough people and charge them $10 a day for each room, if I call at least 10 people, I will make enough from one of those, one and a half of those deals to pay for the machine. Guys, that's literally was my first business, how I started. And I started dialing, calling people and saying, hey, I will clean your, how are you? My name is Brooklyn. I would love to come clean your carpet. And as a new carpet cleaning service here in Gardner, and I lived in Gardner, Maine at the time, and for $10 a day. People were like, what? Yeah. I mean, I clearly was undercutting all kinds of people. I didn't know. I was a kid. So, but I'm like, let's go. I was taking inspired action. Inspired action is not just taking action, but, and thinking about it. No, whatever you feel and fires you up, take that action. Do it. See what happens. So I took that action, and all of a sudden I found myself having 5, 10, 20 clients lined up. And every day I had clients coming through, right? Because I was dialing, I was cleaning, doing my job, coming home, dialing, cleaning, doing my job, coming home, dialing. My parents didn't know what the heck was going on. They were like, what is happening? I'm like, and all of a sudden I stopped asking for money because I was like, now I'm making my own money, right? Pay cash, right? And then one day I go into this house, beautiful, beautiful home. And I was just in awe, and I was cleaning this room, and I got done cleaning. Here's my tactic. I would basically take the water from the vacuum, right, from the machine that was just filthy. It was just filthy. And I would call the woman that lady of the house or whoever was home who let me in, and I would show them the water. And I would say, this is what came out of your, they were like, oh my God. I said, you probably want to do this, I don't know, maybe a monthly. I didn't, that was my first sales experience. I had no idea that's probably what we want to show is people, show them the results that your product is giving them. And then, they were like, oh my gosh, I think we need this like more. I'm like, yeah, at least once a month, every few months, you want to clean this out. And that day, the lady's husband came home, and I think he was like an insurance guy. I don't know what, he was definitely in sales. I just felt like he was in sales. And he comes to me, he says, let me ask you a question. He says, how did you find this? How did you do this? And so I told him, I said, well, I just picked up the white pages, and I started calling all these numbers, and anybody who would listen to me, I would sell them this cleaning service. He says, let me tell you what you want to do, because that I hear you, but there's a better way. I'm like, well, tell me, what is it? He says, actually, everybody you talk to, simply just ask them, who do they know? Have them give you 2 or 3 names of who do they know to help you. And I'm like, oh, yes, guys. I was a kid, right? I'm like, oh, what a brilliant idea. Little did I know this was my first sales training. And I'm like, oh, I love this. So I said, okay, let's start here. Who do you know? I was like, who do you know? He was like, I like that. I'm like, actually, that's why I was thinking it, because I know a couple people who could use the service. And guys, for the rest of the summer, I made a good amount of money at the time as a kid. And for the rest of the summer, that's what I did. I stopped calling people. I just went from person to person. Hey, who do you know? Who do you know? I don't care if it's one person or 2 people. And then I got better, because here's the thing. As I got my business going, as I was taking action, inspired action, I got my business going. I realized there's some things I needed them to do. I'm like, hey, but if I come to your home, you got to move all your furniture, because I was moving furniture. It was taking me so long. And as I was doing it, I was learning. As I was doing it, I was learning. And then that summer, one of my friends was graduating. She was a year ahead of me. She was graduating high school. And I love to gift. If anybody who knows me well, I love gifting people with things that they want, things that will, dreams, things they want to do. And she had thought, I'm like, oh, how can we make this really, really cool experience? Even then, I was already thinking, how do we make great experiences? And I thought, I know, we'll get a limo. And back in the day, in Gardner, Maine, nobody has a limo. Like, nobody does that. But I kept saying, I want a limo. I want to get a limo for us, for our friends, and let's go to the graduation, have a good time. I want a limo. But I literally was like, again, where's the money going to come from? I'm like, well, I got a job now. I have my own little business. But I thought, I don't want to just use my money. I want to see what happens, right? And so I just had this idea. I just had this fire. And I'm like, at some point, something's going to happen. And I took inspired action. I was driving down this hill, and I saw this nursing home. I'll never forget this. I saw this nursing home on from the corner of my eye. I would zoom by the street. I saw this nursing home. And in this nursing home, they had this U-shaped entryway, right? And in the U-shaped entryway, there was a limo, a gray limo. I never forget it. And I'm like, I'm going to rent that limo. I'm like, but it's not a limo renting place. I'm like, I'm gonna rent that limo. I don't know what happened. So I made a U-turn in my little Honda Civic. I made a U-turn and pulled into the nursing home. This is what I did, guys. Inspired action. I just pulled into the nursing home, and I said, I want to talk to whoever runs this limo, whoever drives it. And they go, what? I'm like, yeah, I want to talk to whoever is driving this limo, or whoever manages or whatever. And they brought out this like facilities guy. I would suspect this facilities guy who comes out and he says, I got some comments here. This is good. Steve. Oh, yes. My God. Steve, hello. Yes. I see. Okay. Our business is failing due to COVID. It's difficult as the business development guy. Any best practices motivate? Yes. Yes. I'm out of tricks. Okay, cool. Steve, I got you. So I go into this nursing home. I'm talking to this guy. And he goes, what do you want? I said, I want to rent this limo. And he goes, we don't rent them. And I'm like, I know, but I want to rent this limo. He goes, well, no, I want this one. And he says to me, you guys, listen to me. Here's what he says. He says to me, if you clean it, I'll drive it for you. No cost. If you clean it, guys, I literally have been building my little cleaning business for weeks. And he tells me if I clean it, I got this. And I brought I said, when can I, he goes, I said, when can I do? He goes, whenever you want. And so happens like the graduation was like a week away and it was perfect. I'm like, perfect. I will be back tomorrow. And guys, I've never cleaned a car that way, but I brought every bit of tool I had, right? And I just started I detailed that limo like nobody's business. And to the point was that the reason why they had a limo in this nursing home was because sometimes they wanted to take the folks in the nursing home out for a night in the town, and they thought a limo would be a great way to do it. I'm like, yes. And so I cleaned this limo out, and of course he says this is amazing. And literally like that Saturday, I pulled up in the limo with my friend and our friends to go to graduation. It was an amazing experience. But here's the thing: taking inspired action is the key. You guys, especially if as an entrepreneur, as a solopreneur, as an artist, as a creator, as a developer, as a business developer, just here like Steve, look, the key is that I don't know what it may be for you, but here's what I know is when you're thinking about and you're meditating on and you're asking for guidance from the universe, whomever you think, asking for guidance, there are ideas that come up of what you can do. And here's what's happened for a lot of entertainers and a lot of performers is that we're no longer performing for people live. Here's what I gotta say to you. I promise you from personal experience, if you decide, look, this is what I do, I want to keep doing it, and transition from live events to virtual events, and learn how to market it, and we can talk about it. In fact, this morning I was inspired, and I will definitely do this, is to put together a program specifically for people who have to make that transition. Because I promise you, there's more than enough business. There's more than enough business for a lot of people, a lot of ways. What this situation has done for all of us, right? This pandemic has done. What it's done is it's forced people to have to think differently, to reinvent themselves, go from one stage to the next and figure out how do I transition that? Now, what gets in our way, you guys, and I said this earlier, what gets in our way, it's our thinking about the thing. Remember I said to you that our circumstances are a lot of times based on our own thinking. And our thinking, sometimes what happens is because all that's going on, I get it. It's like, oh my gosh, like I'm just so down, and I'm here to tell you, to plead with you. It's your thinking. So how do you change your thinking? What do you do? Okay, well, here's a few things you can do. Number one thing is literally breathe. And for spaces and time during your day, just take the time to breathe. And I know this sounds so simple, but it's amazing what happens when you just breathe. To give your brain, your mind space to relax a little bit. And in that moment, the next thing I'm gonna share with you is so simple. It may kind of go over people's heads sometimes. It's so simple, but listen to me. This is a miracle, and it has happened in my life this month. This month, it's happened in my life, and it's a testimony I want to share with you, because when you understand what I'm about to tell you, when you truly take it in, it will revolutionize your life. I promise you. Okay, so little story. I don't know, maybe 10, 15 years ago. No, probably more than that. Probably 20 years ago now. I read a book, and I have read many books since, but I read this book, and it's called Write It Down, Make It Happen, right? Write it down, make it happen. Yes, that's right, Steve. I'm telling you, that's right, Steve. There you go, my friend. And Steve, by the way, Steve Lambert is an amazing entertainer. Listen, absolutely. Here's the thing, Steve. You're absolutely right. I'm telling you, breathing will help, because what happens with breathing is that it allows you to, it gives the brain an opportunity to just relax. Because what happens is when we're under stress, let me just side note before this book idea, when we're under stress, our brain, what happens to it is that our frontal cortex is in fight or flight, and we tense up, and it is looking to do one or the other, and we get nervous, we get anxiety, we get worried, we get all that truncation, all that contraction of muscles and body. It doesn't allow the brain to think creatively. What do I do? What's the next step? What's the best way to do this? Notice I'm saying what. The best question to do is, what do we do? What are the ways that we make this happen versus how? How actually starts people down a path of fear. This is something I discovered in my process, guys. I discovered this. Then when I start asking, so what are the steps? What are the right people? What is the thing I need to do? It opens me up to ideas. But here's the thing. So, like I said, I was reading this book. It's called Write It Down, Make It Happen. And the woman's name is Henriette Clauser. Henriette Clauser. You can find the book on Amazon. I actually been trying to talk to this woman for this entire time. I finally got a hold of her on text. I'm going to probably bring her on here to one of my Sunday service shows, and just so she can talk to you guys of the power of writing things down. So here's what happened. So I read this book, and the book specifically talks about how, not just how to manifest, but how to really, as you're taking inspired action, how to make things happen. And so I'm like, all right, this is pretty cool. I'm going to start writing things down. Anything I want, anything you want, anything you want. I don't care what it is, Steve. I don't care anybody. Whatever it is you want. I want to grow my business. Whatever I want, $20,000, whatever. Just write it down. Write it down. And so I wrote this list of things. I just started writing these things I wanted. And I put the list of what I wanted on the refrigerator. And Katie, you eventually will watch this and you will comment. It's like, absolutely. I've shared this with a lot of people. And I put the list of things I wanted on my refrigerator. And then I just kept living, right? And I think at the time what I had wanted was, I wanted a phenomenal relationship with somebody. I wanted a computer. I think I wanted a new car. And it didn't have to be new. It just had to be better than what I had. And I wanted to live in a townhome. That was the key things. And I wanted it to be easy to get into. I wanted it to just be easy. Not a lot of hassle. Guys, all those things on the list and more came about. And here is the catch. Every time I looked at that list, I felt like it was already mine. I wasn't looking for it to come to me. It was already mine. So it's almost like when you are on Amazon and you order something, right? And you don't worry about, well, with Amazon, it could come, it could not come. I don't know. It depends when it comes, right? But you're not worried about whether it's coming or not. You bought it, right? You took the thing and you bought it, so you know it's coming. So what do you do after you order? You go off in your day. So here is my advice for anybody who's currently right now in a situation where shit's hard, right? You close your business down, whatever it is, okay? Take a moment. And here is the key, you guys. Take a moment to breathe, right? Take a notebook, and I want you to do this twice a day. This is my advice, twice a day. I promise you, the miracles that will come to you will completely blow you away. You won't even know how it happened. But here's the thing: is not your responsibility to know how it will come to you. It's your responsibility to know exactly what you want. Get clear on what you want. Okay? And here it is. So you're gonna write down the things that you want. And here's the way you're gonna write it is what makes the difference. So you're not gonna write like, you know what, early when I started, I did it okay, but I didn't do it really, really well. But here's how you really do it, and it's completely revolutionized my life. So when you write down, so look at your circumstance right now. Say, so Steve, you're a perfect example. You say, hey, listen, you know what, if business is failing, for example, what you want, right, is like you want your business to be thriving, to have more clients and customers that come out of nowhere. People think of Steve and they go, yes, I need that guy. Yes, I remember I did this event and there was this guy and he's, oh, Steve, yeah, what's his like? Yeah, that crazy guy with the hats and what? Get him, right? Get him. Yes. Okay, so I've been in the line of work, the landscape changed. Yes, it's hard to navigate. I appreciate it. Yes, absolutely. You're welcome. So here's the thing, right? So here's the thing, guys. Listen to me careful. Friends, yes, absolutely. Tanya says, very inspiring. Thank you for your insight. You're welcome, Tanya. My pleasure. Listen, so here's the thing, okay? When you're writing what you want, I want you to, it's a script. Listen carefully, it's a script. And when you script out these things, it will be a miracle, okay? You won't even know how it happens, but it's going to be a miracle. Okay, so get your piece of paper. And it's going to be a gratitude, but it's not that like, oh, I'm so great. No. Thank the universe. Thank the energies, because your business is thriving. You now, okay, I now make X dollars a month as a result of me doing my giving my gift. This is a script, you guys. Here's how it starts. Thank you, universe. Thank you, God. Thank you, what? Just thank. Because I know, even if currently it's not happening, act as if it was. Listen, even in the Bible, right? Jesus said, if people had the belief of a mustard seed, you could move mountains. And it said, act as if. This is not just me saying it. This is not what I'm telling you. This is coming from freaking centuries of humanity. Act as if. And I know sometimes, and this is why I'm saying the breathing part is so important, right? So get into your state. So write your script out. Act as if. And you start with gratefulness. Thank you for the fact that my business is now thriving. Thriving. People are coming to me from everywhere. People are remembering they saw me do XYZ, or they saw me present, or they saw me do what it is that I do. And they're coming from, I am so thankful. Man, I can breathe now. And I want you to create, okay, that energy of that thing. Because when you create that energy, and this is so incredible. The energy of it, the feeling of it, it's vibrational. It will start to bring towards you the thing that you're wanting, because you're creating the similar vibration. Here's the thing. Whatever it is you want, be clear. Get clear. So you start scripting it. And then you go to the next thing. And what else do you want? And so I literally write it out as if it's happening right now. And some people say, well, I'm lying to myself. Stop. This is not a conscious thing. This is an unconscious thing. Let me explain why. Because unconsciously what happens is when you write things down, and I could go deeper on this thing, but when you write things down, not on a computer, not on your phone, handwritten, handwrite what it is that you want on this piece of paper, okay? And then what happens is unconsciously your brain is like, oh, this matters to Steve. This matters to Tanya. This matters to Berlin. Oh, this matters. Okay. And what happens is, guys, listen to me very carefully. People are like all about the law of attraction. Here's how it really works. I'm giving you exactly how it works. So what happens is when you write it down physically, the reason, I don't know if you ever noticed this, if you are in the shower, or you have a fogged up mirror and you write with your finger, you ever notice that the writing is the same even with your finger as when you hold your pencil? The reason why is because handwriting is connected to our brain waves. Okay, our brain waves are connected to our subconscious mind. I can get into this deeper, but let me just explain something real quick. It's how it works. And so when you write something down, your brain, it's a message that your brain is getting. You are literally scripting. You're literally writing software for your brain to say, this matters and this is what I want. And you create the energy around it. You create the positivity around it. You create the energy around it. Your brain says, oh, this is what Steve wants, right? This is what Steve wants, right? Yes, yes, thank you. Yes, I'm telling you. Listen, this is amazing. This is what Steve wants. Steve wants this thing. Okay, look, I'm literally feeling goosebumps right now. Woo, I'm feeling it because I literally feel it, Steve. Thank you so much. I'm feeling it. The brain is like, this is what Steve wants. Okay, so when Steve is sleeping and dreaming, we're going to give him ideas, right? And all of a sudden, Steve, you have this crazy dream and boom, you wake up with an idea. You go, where the hell did that come from? Oh, the universe loves you, my friend. The universe loves you. Angels love you. You have so much available to you outside of you that we don't realize. They just literally are waiting for someone to ask. And so you get it. You get up and you go, oh shit, okay. Then I have this idea. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh, you know who I got to call? Huh? Something I always write down is like, thank you, universe, for putting the right people in my path to connect with, to engage with. And so now, and guess what happens? You start taking inspired action, Steve. You start taking inspired action. You literally are moved to make a phone call, to put out a post, to put something on Facebook, to connect with somebody. And all of a sudden, next thing you know, things start happening. Now, they're not happening because, you don't have the thing you want. They're happening because you already have it. You're creating the energy for it, and it starts to come forward to you. Your brain is literally the pathway to your success. Forget COVID. Forget what's happening. I get that people are being affected by it. But I'm telling you right now, push that out. Push that out of your mind. People often tell me, hey, how you doing? How you doing through all this whole thing? I'm doing fucking fantastic. If I told you the blessings that have come my way, you wouldn't believe me. I wrote it down. And here's the next step. So number one, clear what you want. Okay. Number two, script it. I should have a freaking PowerPoint here to show you. Number two, script it. Start with thank you. Thank the universe. Thank you, God. Thank you, whatever you believe. Thank you, and feel it. But you have to feel it from the heart, not from the mind, from the heart. Thank you. Why? Because you can picture the success. You can picture the clients. You can picture it and start to create that energy. And thank you. And literally smile. Every time I literally wake up and I start thinking about my list, before I get to my list, I already wake up with a smile. I'm like, oh my God, this is just amazing, right? Because I start feeling it. And then you get up and you start doing it. Then, here's the thing. You want to do it twice a day. Twice a day. Here's my prescription. Do it twice a day. Do it in the morning, okay? And then you do it at night. And sometimes even right before you go to bed because it just seeps into your subconscious mind. You will wake up with ideas and things you do, Steve and company, that you never thought possible. You never saw coming. And you're like, where does this come from? Because the universe is so huge. It has so much to give. But you know what happens? We don't ask. We don't ask. And we get so focused and so ingrained into the minutia of the shit that's going on in our lives that we literally forget, oh my God, I'm not alone. Guys, do you know, the other day, it just hit me. And I promise you, I wasn't high. But it was, if I would have been high, this would have been the moment. I was like, do we realize that we are careening through the universe with technically no pilot? We're just careening through the universe at a kabillion miles an hour. Do we realize this? And then we're worried about some little situation happening here. Stop. Listen. Get out of yourself. Separate from what's going on right now to what could be. Literally, we are the creators of our circumstances. We are the creators of our circumstances. So the way you create the circumstance you want is to script it. And here's the thing. And again, get that book, How to Write Down, Make It Happen. I want to get Henriette here on the show, and it's going to happen. When you literally get clear on what you want, the how does not matter. When you get clear on what you want, the how does not matter. Steve, everybody, do not worry about how. Steve, don't worry about how that's going to happen. Because you know why we worry about how? Because we are, as humans, we want to, how do I do it? How do I do it? How do I do it? Yes. Yes. That's it. Yeah. I'm telling you. We are so like minutia. Stop. I don't get on Facebook to look at all this. I I don't have time for the shenanigans. I can't let that shit seep into my brain because my brain is focused on creation, and I'm not going to stop the creativity. I'm not going to stop the creation in my brain. I'm not going to stop all those little, I sometimes see like a conveyor belt in my brain, of creating stuff. And then when stupid news comes in, I'm like, oh, everybody stops working. No, keep working. Like I need that little minions in my brain to keep going. Okay. So here's the thing. Know what you want. First of all, step one, breathe it out. Breathe and trust. And as you breathe, and we'll do the exercise in a moment, but as you breathe in, you're going to breathe in belief and let out fear and doubt and worry. You're going to breathe in belief and breathe out fear, doubt, and worry. I'm going to do that in a moment as we close out. So write it down twice a day. For 30 days, Steve and company, I want you to do this for 30 days. Listen to me carefully. 30 days. Write down what you want. And then what happens is you can just read your list. You can either read your list, but every time you read the list, don't read it just like, oh, okay, I want it. No. Get in it. And if you're not feeling the moment, put it down and come back to it and breathe again and get into meditative state and go, and see it and live it and see the people. And Steve and company, I want you to see the things that you want. I want you to literally see yourself in it. I don't want you to think yourself, oh, it's not coming. I want you to envision yourself in it. Put yourself in the middle of it. See yourself transacting. Here's what I do, you guys. You're going to think this is crazy. I literally will be on the phone and rehearse getting the phone call that I want to get. Seeing the email that I want to see. I literally rehearse it. Oh, so Brooklyn, we saw you speak and this and that. We'd love to have you come. I literally rehearse it. And I promise you, it has happened exactly like that. Exactly like that. It has happened. People have literally called me, emailed me exactly how I envisioned it because I literally already created it in the present. And so my message to you is create it in the present as if it were now. And then let it go. Just like putting an order on Amazon. Just let it go because you're taking this. And then what happens next, Steve, is the step 3. And this is the key. Take inspired action. It's been here the whole time for a reason. I want you to write down. Everybody right now, write it down on a piece of paper. Take inspired action. And what inspired action means is that you're going to move in the direction of ideas that come to you for good. Right? Oh, I have to make a phone call. I should reach out to this person. I should do this. I should do that. Whatever it is in the moment. But also you take inspired action without necessarily thinking, oh, this is going to get me what I want. No. You just take the action. What happens after? Who knows where it goes? Okay? Who knows? Let me tell you right now, this very broadcast was an idea I've had for a while. And I thought, well, how do I do it? And, what? I don't know. And all of a sudden, but then I literally woke up one day and go, the happiness evangelist. That's my tag. I'm the happiness evangelist, right? That's my tag. And so basically I'm like, that's who I am. I'm like, why not? Right? The happiness evangelist. And I'm like, because I want to share this message. If people understand this message of hope, right? And here's what hope stands for. Help others. Help one other person every day. Help one person every day. Hope. Help others. Help another person every day. And so find a way, and here's the thing, my friends, find a way to share yourself with people. Share of you with no need for return. You just want to share of you and then see what happens. See what happens because you will revolutionize. You will be able to do things you did. Literally every choice you make and every choice you're making, it brought you to here. But every choice you make from here on, now that you know this stuff, you can't just go back, right? Steve, you can't just go back. Tanya, you can't just go back. People, you can't just go back, right? To whatever. You got to take inspired action. You can't just go back. Take inspired action. Inspired action is I feel it, I'm going to go do it. Now, is there going to be a moment that you're going to feel fear? Yeah, fuck yes. Of course. Like, I don't know. What are you going to... Stop. Right? Stop. Don't fear. And if fear is a concern, worry is a concern, write it down and go, I am so in alignment. I am so in alignment with the mission that I have, that every person I contact in some way, shape, or form, if they can't help me, I will help them. You see what I'm saying? And this is about gifting yourself back and forth to people. Giving back. Because when you literally give to others, it helps your energy grow. And you impact other people in a way you never thought possible. The other day, I posted on Facebook and on, I think, my LinkedIn too. I posted on Facebook, if you need to get hyped, you probably saw this, message me below and say yes, me. I want to get a hype message, and I'm going to send you a message. Guys, let me tell you right now, that didn't come out of nowhere. I didn't want to figure out how to gift to other people. And I basically, every single person who messaged me, and I'll put it on, so on this broadcast, if you're listening to it now, you say, yes, send me a message. Say, yes, send me a message. And also send me a message on Facebook. Tell me a little bit of what's going on for you. And I will meditate on your path, meditate on your life, and send you the message that's coming to you. Okay. So every person who messaged me on Facebook and said, yes, I want to get hype message, I literally meditated quickly on their name and give them a personalized message. So a few people, one lady was like, I don't know her. I don't know how we even connected. And she's like, I am downloading this. This is now my ringtone. And I want to hear it every morning. She goes, and I'm going to set it also as my alarm. Okay. You have a specific reason why you're here, my friends. And let me tell you a really important thing. You're here on purpose, with a purpose, and for a purpose. No matter what your business is, the hustle that you have, the reason why you do what you do is on purpose. You're here to transform other people. And as a business owner, you are a leader. And as a leader of your business, sometimes COVID is just a representation of things that happen for a lot of businesses. Like, oh my gosh, how do we succeed? Don't ask how, ask what. Listen carefully. Don't ask how, ask what. What do I need to do? What is the thing that's going to move me forward? What is it? And right now, I'm telling you right now, the key thing. I'm going to do a meditating exercise in a moment to get you ready for that. Because also, by the way, meditation, you don't have to do it for hours at a time. You can literally do it for 60 freaking seconds. Give your mind an opportunity to just relax and to open up the vessel of potential, to open up to the vortex of potential. Okay, so here's the thing. Take an inspired action. So your task is to first meditate, get yourself into a meditative state. We'll do it now. And if you're watching this, great. If you're watching this later, do it as well. Yes, that's right. Get into meditative state. Here's what you do, very simply. Is that, and you want to do this too in a time where you don't have to think about things you got to do for the day. Like you got to get up and, I'd say in the morning, I strongly recommend, just wake up, just set your alarm for a little bit earlier. And even if you don't get out of bed, just set it for a little earlier so that you just have the time to do this. Okay. And in that moment, just in bed, if you want to, you can do it in or bed. I'd say recommend you can do it in bed if you want to, and just sit up and have your spine in complete alignment with heaven and earth. Complete alignment. Don't be hunched over, just complete alignment. Okay? And you can close your eyes. You're probably already kind of sleepy, and you can close your eyes. And you can breathe in and breathe out. And all I want you to do is focus on the breathing and remind yourself to breathe in and breathe out. And you're just going to relax your shoulders. And just sink into the bed or the chair you're in right now. And you may be hearing other noises around you, if that's rain or cars, and let that just seep away. Breathe in and breathe out. And just relax your shoulders and your back and sink into the chair or the bed that you're in right now. Breathe in and breathe out. If possible, too, relax your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Just relax it. There it is. Relax your muscles in and around your eyes and your face. Relax your ears and your neck. Relax your shoulders and down your back and your spine. Relax your legs, your feet, your toes. Just relax. Relax your belly. Let it all out. That Buddha belly, let it out. Breathe in and breathe out. As you breathe in belief. And breathe out fear. There it is. Settle in. Breathe in belief. Breathe out fear. All right, there it is. Now in that relaxed state, whatever you're going through, envision yourself literally the opposite. If you're currently not feeling secure and you're worried, feel secure. Breathe in and breathe it out. And confident, stable, in love with life. Feel that feeling of being in love with life. In love with everything that is happening. It doesn't matter what it is. There's no judgment, good or bad. It just is. And feel how your body feels in that moment of joy. That moment of joy. Feel that feeling right now. You feel that feeling starting from your feet all the way up. You start feeling tingly. Maybe it comes right up even into your mouth where you have a smile come through. Feel that joy. Feel that joy. It just starts to grow in your heart. And you can feel that joy also emanate from your heart and your chest into the world. You're going to be all right. Oh, yeah. There it is. There it is. And I want you to mentally just hug yourself. Hug yourself. And feel the love for you, for yourself. All that you are, the greatness that you are, the amazingness you are, the beauty that you are, the magnificence that you are, the amazing person that you are, the being that you are, the soul that you are, the light that you are. That's you, baby. That's you. It's all you. Oh, take it in. Woo, look at that. So good. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Take it in. You're so beautiful. You're so magnificent. You are powerful. You're courageous. You are a magnet. You are a magnet of money, of people. You are a magnet. Say, I am a magnet. Say right now, I am a magnet for money. I am a magnet for love. I am a magnet for all the things that I want. I am a magnet for a phenomenal growing business. I'm a magnet. Woo, for those who need to find me, they just find me because I can help them. The greatest word you can say is I am. I am. Woo, take it all in. Now take a breath in and a breath out. Yes, there it is. It's such a floaty, funny feeling. That feeling as you're basking in the greatness of being human. It's all yours to have at any time. Now come back and wiggle your toes. Move your torso. Come back to. Take a breath in and a breath out. And when you're ready, come back and open your eyes with me. Woo! Tell me in the chat. Let me know in this moment or even later. Ooh, look, So good. So good. This is joy. This is happiness. This is how you do it, guys. Get into this state, and we can do it. If you want later, comment, let me know if you want more of this meditation kind of stuff. I want to create, I'm actually going to create some audios to guide you in a meditative state, to go into a hypnotic state, to recognize your greatness, because there is so much more here for you. There is so much more here for you. Literally, if you think of it as you're moving through life, it is literally right outside of you. It's not even that far. It's right here. It's like this sheer abundance right here. Because we're so focused here, we don't see it, but right here. And if you get into the state, this meditative state, and remind your subconscious mind that we are going to be okay, and also to bring up ideas. There's so much you can do. There's so much. It's been my absolute pleasure. It's been my absolute pleasure to guide you today. Okay? And to remember always, remember that you are here on purpose, for a purpose, and with a purpose. Only you, Steve. Only you, Tanya. Only you, viewers. Whoever listens to this later. Literally, only you can make this world seem bright. Only you. That's inspired action. Right? Only you. Only you. Only you have the ideas, and only you have literally what? The talent, the skill, the ability to make that happen. Only you. Are there others do similar things? Sure. But it's only you. And now, my friends, as your happiness evangelist, that's how you find joy, is in meditation, and out of that meditation. And then after you do that meditation, you guys, like I said, especially in the morning, then start writing. What happens from that, what you write then will revolutionize you, because when you come out of that meditation with that joy, that feeling of sense of joy, and you write it down, I'm telling you, it will revolutionize your life. It will revolutionize your life. Yes, Steve, thank you. You're so welcome. My love to you, my love to your family, my love to your business, my love to your path. You're here for a purpose, my friend. You're here for such a bigger purpose. And you know what? Sometimes in the challenges, happiness comes through the challenges, because essentially what the big thing here is that the challenges forces us to have to do something different. And what COVID has done is freaking thrown everything to this and pushed people to do things differently. They could not have been a better time to create during COVID. I'm telling you, if I share with you the miracles that have happened this month, you just wouldn't believe me. And so I'm just telling you, I promise you, meditate, script, and take inspired action. That's your task. That's it. That's your task. It's been, like I said, my absolute pleasure to guide you today. It's been my absolute pleasure. I cannot wait to see you again soon.